Hi guys, welcome to the video. So today we'll take a look on another 1v1 game from Armies of Exigo, and it will be between me and Enya, this time on the map Twisted Meadows. So let's unpause it. I'm playing in the bottom right corner with the green Empire, and he's in the top left corner with the dark blue Fallen. And if I remember correctly, then this should be one of the most iconic games that you will ever see. That will showcase you how broken the Empire late game is. And also, of course, how late game for Fallen can look like, even after nerfs. So yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything more. I think this game will definitely speak for itself. You can probably already see on the length of the video that it's maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, let's just see how it goes. So yeah, I'm sending a really quick scout here. Last game we also saw a matchup between me and Enya playing Empire against Fallen. I also did this early scouting and missed this expansion. I'm afraid it will be the same in this game, but we'll see. This time I'm actually going all the way into his main base to not miss the expansion. Didn't see him here. Of course he's Fallen, so we would see unholy ground there at least. So this is safe enough to scout like this. I'm going for my barracks. Trying to reposition it a little bit to find a perfect spot before we get here. We have time to reposition it a few times. And also getting the farm. I think these were locked races, or maybe I was random, but he definitely pre-picked Fallen, so I knew he wouldn't have like fast minion harassing me or anything. But actually he's going for Reformer into Hive, and now getting the expansion. As you can see, I tried to block him with a farm. Unfortunately, I was like 1 second late. If you scout his position first, I would stop it, but yeah. At least he's not playing like ultra greedy. He's going still Reformer into Hive, and then the expansion, not immediate expansion. But at the same time he already has Hive. I am still building my barracks. But at the same time I still decided to just go for the downhaul, because even though he can make units now, I can also start producing some swordsmen, and it's not like a rush from 3 hives into full stingers or fast spitters from 1 base. So we don't need a tower like... or I mean, I'm not even delaying the tower. We can just afford the town hall and delay the swordsman a little bit. It's not that big of a problem. Also, we are across the map, so before he finds me, actually, it will take some time. He has 1 harvester here, kinda for no reason, not even pre-gathering resources, so just losing value there on resources is definitely a big mistake. Getting a soul trap again really quickly. We saw this in the previous game as well. But almost looks like he wants to get incubator as well, so really interesting, getting double hive into both incubator and soul trap before the expansion is even finished, while not producing harvesters. So I think this is a little bit of a mismanagement with the resources. Should definitely maintain production of harvesters, but he didn't have population because he was placing these buildings so late. Control form, still no production. Now he has the population and gold. At least this guy started gathering, and now production revived. Yeah, so he lost like 1 minute here, I think, but overall he's still 2 population ahead. Of course, more population available, but I don't have my expansion finished yet. And now he finally found me, but my tower will be finished in a second. I didn't really make a single swordsman, as you can see, but I made a tower here, really important. We are preparing for the expansion there. He started attacking my peasants here, but I can just hide in the gems mine, and now the tower is finished, so we should be pretty much safe. He didn't kill anything. So now we are both on 2 bases. I have 1 tower here, but another tower already prepared, so I can get the 3rd base pretty safely. Especially when I know how he's playing the early game. He's just skipping it and trying to get to the Avengers as soon as possible. So that means that I have really free space of expanding, and he just cannot take this tower down with the way he plays it. Here I found his summoner that was going for this expansion with my swordsman, which is really good because he actually was forced back. So once again, delaying his expansion. In the last game I did it with a tower. This time I didn't build a tower, but thanks to my scout swordsman we were able to delay his expansion a little bit. And of course this indicated, yeah, he wants to go for expansion, so he is not rushing me, I can go for expansion. So I'm immediately bringing my peasant here and starting my town hall. He's actually making a tower because he saw my unit here, so he probably thought I'm rushing him or something, but it was just a scout. At least his harvester wasn't gathering for a second, and I also saw that he has spitters now, plus we delayed the expansion and made him invest into the tower. So overall, pretty decent. Yeah, once again, some gaps between harvesters, so that's also fine. Actually getting some summoners now. Yeah, he doesn't have population again. And he also doesn't have wood for more summoners, so this is definitely slowing him down by a lot. I'm getting 11th century. Hopefully with tier 2 as well, for now getting blacksmith. And actually second tower, I was probably a little bit worried about him attacking me now when I saw the spitters there that he usually doesn't make. And also that I delayed his expansion. But at the same time he invested into defense with the tower, so wasn't really sure what to expect. Rather made one more tower at home to fully cover this, because he could potentially squeeze through here a few units, so it's better to just fully close it like this and keep one tower really in the front to damage any spitter push. His expansion is like 50%, mine is like 80 or something. I'm getting 2 more barracks, so 3 in total, and also some elf rangers to really fight against the spitters that we already saw. Once again, getting Dryad together with tier 2. Or I mean the tier 2 should be a little bit faster, because this is like not even half of the production time, but we just need to get a Dryad before we get this, so we can then make a Phoenix. Also getting 1 damage upgrade for Swordsman, the Iron Sword, and third base is finished, so quickly bringing some saturation there. Yes, 4 spitters, but once again playing too passively, not doing any harassment, allowing me to freely expand, so definitely giving me time pretty much for free. And yeah, he's getting 1 more hive, so 3 in total, and 2 more vengeance halls. 1 deformer here for some protection, even though he will have unholy ground here soon from the Dark Fortress 4 towers, but I guess he wants to make some more infrastructure there. 1 Stinger Scout, probably was thinking that now I could maybe be starting my expansion. It's already finished with the tower, so he can't do much about that. But he's immediately bringing his spitters there. Of course, I'm kinda expecting that, so we are also bringing our army. And thanks to the elf rangers, he can't really kite me away, even though I don't have priests yet. Plus we have the tower there, yeah, Phoenix, Dryad, Eye of the Forest, second tower prepared, just not upgraded yet. Now upgrading it, and yeah, we kinda force him back. And he doesn't have Valkakun, so we can't get Seekers to scout the Eye of the Forest. He's getting another hive, another vengeance hall, 2 towers actually only. This is Sorrow Shrine. And then also Hall of Whispers. And Valkakun finally as well. Harvester, here is Summoner. I'm just scouting with my Phoenix casually here. Unfortunately, the way he spread his buildings into 3 different bases, I have to really scout everything to find what is his infrastructure. Often what you will see is all the infrastructure buildings in the main base, and then the other base is just production buildings, or even nothing. But with Fallen, when we have the unholy ground, it's a little bit more difficult to fit everything in here, so yeah, as you can see, spreading it everywhere. Getting mana depletion immediately, and lots of matriarchs, even though he doesn't have any frontline yet. I could easily get 4th base now, but at the same time we are on same population. I don't want to fall behind, so I rather invested into more barracks now. Getting castle actually, so no improved farming yet, but making more farms, towers in all bases in case he goes for some guards harassment. Once again getting the iron arrow upgrade. Plus we already have 1 damage upgrade for swordsman, so all of my units have +1. And he has 0 upgrades for now, so that's fine. He's getting faster reflexes. Movement speed for nightmares, but he doesn't have any. And improved focusing. Freeze and some upgraded towers. Getting 1 more base, I guess. I should be spreading more flowers here, I kind of forgot about this Dryad. But at least I'm scouting with the Phoenix, so that's fine. He's checking this base, plus this base, so he knows I'm still on 3 bases. So if he expands now, he should be ahead. But yeah, I have some wood problems now, that was the main problem, I think. Getting Circle of Ancients once again before Obsidian Tower, interesting. I likely don't do that, but obviously in these games against any I was doing it. Because I just knew he's usually going for Fast Avengers rather than Void Walkers, but in this case he actually went for it the other way around. He doesn't even have Chamber of the Avenger yet. But he has Dimension Gate, now getting the 4th base. Really just few spitters and stingers, mostly matriarchs, so shouldn't be too hard to kill with just pure units. And we still have lots of priests, even though he'll most likely mana burn all of them. But I have 3 towers here, 2 here, extremely difficult for him to push anything. Unfortunately, I'm really out of position here. Quickly mana burns 4 of my priests, 5th one, dealt some decent damage. I'm trying to blast, pull back to the towers. And they're now trying to just purely utilize the defense we have here with the towers, because that's the strongest thing we have. Unfortunately, I don't really have a tower on this area, so I should probably place one more here, behind this tree and the barracks. Or even in the front or something, but for now we are just waiting. We also need population. Getting also horse armor, waiting for some knights. Of course, changing my rally points, so I'm not walking through here. I have to keep producing on both places now. And he goes for a push now, and he does a really good freeze on all of my units. Fortunately for me, I still have 2 towers here. I pull my priests back. I have 1 knight here. Elf rangers that can also fight at all time. He destroyed 1 tower, but we still have the second one. Another knight coming from here. Another freeze from him. He's getting really good value. If I would have mages here, it would be way better than the knights. But at the same time, as you can see, the knight here is tanking lots of damage. So that's pretty decent. Here, unfortunately, I kinda brought my priest there for nothing. But at least he wasted some mana. I mean, I can just pull them back. They didn't die. They just need to regenerate mana. And he cannot cast more necromancies because of that. Or at least not as many. So that's not that bad. Unfortunately, now I once again mismicroed my priests. They kinda ran into the front. Pretty much died there. And we are still 1 base behind now, even though he doesn't have any saturation area, he doesn't have enough multitasking control to actually deal with that, but now I really have to utilize also my priests, knights that I produce everywhere, and kinda slowly push him back. Yeah? So, I mean, in this situation the knights are really good, because they just are so strong against pure matriarchs. The mages would probably just get mana burn, but if I would position the mages well, I could probably outrange the matriarchs and dispel the freezes, giving me some power as well. But yeah, the knights definitely carried here pretty heavily, and fortunately for me, he just completely missed this and didn't pull back, so he lost all the matriarchs, even though he had enough mana for freeze, so he could have frozen the knights and just retreated with all the matriarchs and didn't really lose anything. But yeah, fortunately we managed to survive this. Now we have some guards, so I have to create some anti-air, making some phoenixes here and some elf rangers slowly as well. I have a little bit more gems. We have basically balanced the wood. He has definitely more gold, but population is the same. The only problem is that he has another base, but as I said, he's not even gathering any gold there, just gems, so not that big of a deal. I cleared basically everything I could. Here we finally have the phoenix, trying to get some towers again. Shoots are producing peasants a little bit quicker. Getting a decree, finally. Obsidian tower is ready. We cleared the guards. And yeah, I'm not waiting. If I defend an attack like this, I'm immediately going out with my knights, because I know I have advantage now, and I will stop this base. So even though we are 1 base behind, instead of trying to catch up with the bases, I will just launch some pressure here and destroy it. And this is a free base down for me, so that's really good. He's coming with some stingers, pike damage, yes, carry, but knights really don't care about pike damage, guys. Just cast prayer and have horse armor and he will be totally fine. Plus I can surround him from 2 sides again now, so that's really fine. And we will just continue here. Freeze, yeah, even more armor for me, so really fine. Mage here, but he can mana replate me once he sees him. I should at least cast like something. Even if I don't have decree, at least like protective shell to use the mana, but I was really just AFKing there with the mage, so nothing really happened. But lots of units with auras now already, low HP, so I should retreat and heal. The main thing is that we stopped the 4th base from him. There's like 7 HP knights, so it would be really a big shame to lose him, but for now it's probably focusing on other things. I tried to expand here, should definitely send 1 swordsman there, but wasn't really thinking about his scout there. So most likely won't happen. Yeah, we lose this knight, don't have mana for resurrection, so unfortunately, but I could dispel these trees potentially. I have some mana on these mages. Question is, do we even want to do that? Doesn't seem like it. We just continue pushing, but yes, lots of matriarchs, lots of trees. I will have to probably pull back now. But nice decree, 1 more would kill all of them. Unfortunately, I don't have the mana now. And he kinda destroyed all of my units. We are back to 70 population. He found this expansion, and yeah, this was a really big mistake from me. I should have just pulled back. I was just fighting against matriarchs with full mana, with basically no casters, and it didn't really pay off. So yeah, we are not in the best situation now. We have to pull back. We are 40 population behind. He stopped my 4th base. We are both on 3, but he's now starting to pretty safely. I can't push them, while it will be difficult for me to expand. So we are definitely behind. Trying to utilize all the extra gold for more swordsmen. At the same time we have to reproduce our priests, ideally get some mages there, and eventually some knights as well, but I really won't have the chance for it now for some time. So I have to play a little bit more passively. He also started introducing his Avengers now, so we have to definitely count with that. I'm trying to get my expansion here. Fortunately he doesn't have the scout here anymore, just this one, so yeah, he spread some scouts in the early game. After that he doesn't really think about remaking the scouts anymore, so that's really fine for me. He is now mainly trying to get to the 5 bases. His army is staying pretty passive. He's like 40 population ahead, or 43, 34, or whatever, yeah, something like that, 34 I think. Getting a few more Stingers, Avengers. Also needs to get a few more Summoners into Control Forums, because his population is still not fully unlocked to 200, but mine is definitely neither. I probably don't even have power building with teamwork, or just for some reason I'm building this with only 1 peasant. He gets some front deformers here for unholy ground healing, so that's really smart. Trying to cover the whole side of his map with the unholy ground. It's of course kinda slow, so during the fight it's not like as strong as like priest healing, but it can still provide some help. And also between the fights he doesn't have to retreat all the way somewhere back into a base where he has buildings, so it's even harder to stay there. You can just pull a little bit back and immediately has the regeneration there. But yeah, he really didn't pre-make basically any harvesters, so the bases are here, but before he can saturate them, doesn't really matter. I should be able to saturate this maybe even quicker. Even though I have a Phoenix, I didn't really scout now, so I don't even know that he has both of these bases now. And I don't know about this army. But yeah, he has like 7 Avengers, 1 upgrades, Stinger Spitters are 2 upgrades, 1 armor upgrade here for Matriarchs. Getting another one. And we have just lots of swordsmen. Now only 20 population behind, so as you can see we are closing the gap. I also finally fixed the wood problem really rapidly. And yeah, gyms are of course still a problem, but for both of us, so that's pretty fine. Getting finally improved farming, a little bit late, but still. Didn't want to make more farms anymore. Trying to slowly saturate it, but we are really slow there, we should redistribute better. Fortunately, he's also doing a really bad job with this, and he doesn't even have more population, so I think he will really just use that for these harvesters once he runs out of gold in the main base, which we can also do. We have 2 and 2 upgrades, so still could get more. We are getting armor upgrade now, okay. And I think we already have horse armor, so we should be fine with the knights. And prayer, most likely as well. I'm bringing some swordsmen here, those should be able to clear all of the stingers, stop an expansion it would be there. He could definitely also try to gank this base, but I don't think he will even attempt that during the whole game. So yeah, he made lots of towers here, all upgraded to chain lightning spires. Fortunately, lots of his population is sitting in the stingers that are completely useless against my swordsman armies, so that's really good. We should definitely use those for trying to stop my bases. Maybe before I will get there he could destroy something or at least kill some villagers. And he would also clear up some population, so that would be the preferred solution to his situation, but it's not happening, so I'm not gonna complain. So now he has 2 upgrades on everything. My elf rangers have only 1 and 0, but I really don't need more elf rangers. And knights and swordsmen are already 2 and 3 and getting the last upgrade now, so that should be really fine. And most likely... No, we're actually getting disciples now, yeah, still with the most expensive upgrade. That was this patch. So now he has a little bit more gems, but actually struggling with wood quite a lot. Gold is kinda balanced, but I still have 1k more, even though we still don't have full population, but that's actually good. Now I'm redistributing my villagers from the main base, getting 1 more base here, towers everywhere at least against some slight guard harassment. He's just spending more resources on more towers, which I mean, it's not bad, but not really giving him anything extra. Plus he has control of these two bases, his stingers, but didn't take them. Also probably because he doesn't have the wood, but also this base is not saturated. Overall he has decent bases, but he's not getting too much resources, to be honest. He's struggling with wood here, and also this is not the most efficient gathering because he's quite far away. And here he has only 4 harvesters, 5, here is 6 I think, he's bringing 2 more, and this is 0 for now. While we have basically all bases kinda fully saturated. Now there is not all the villagers, but that's because I'm making more buildings. I decided to make 7 more barracks here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like 14 more barracks plus all we had before. This one advanced, yeah, so I'm making like 20 barracks just to make sure I can quickly reproduce anything that I lose. So yeah, he's investing into towers, I'm investing into barracks, which means I will be the offensive player here and he will be the defensive, most likely, or at least that's how we are preparing for it. He's getting more upgrades here as well, which means his stingers will be free and free, and Avengers are also gonna be free and free in a second. He's also getting Eclipse, and I'm also getting Litany, so we are really getting just everything, some things that you wouldn't even normally get, but in this game we go for it. Of course I have lots of swordsmen, so I also have to get rid of those and change them for knights, but I still don't have gems. Yeah, he has 2k gems now, so he can quickly reproduce Avengers for the stingers. I still need some time. He was asking where I am, or if I'm here. I said I fell asleep because he was doing nothing the whole game. Of course I'm also not aggressive, but I mean I'm Empire, I'm trying to go for late game. This is what I want to happen. Also I wanted in this game to test the late game, like really, against any full Avengers, full late game Empire, and let's see how it goes. I didn't really make, I mean now I made no workshop for at least better towers, but I didn't really make alchemist I think and steamers in this game. But also he didn't make any stalkers and beholders, yeah, so we just kinda avoided the air. He made few guards maybe before, but yeah, no Valkyries from me, no steamers, no stalkers, no beholders. He's saying he's coming, probably confident enough that if he loses the fight he can quickly reproduce and I won't be able to get through all of these towers. I really don't have too much defense. I could also build like 50 towers here, but he has Avengers, so why would I do that? It's just waste of resources. I'm also upgrading all the barracks to advanced barracks, so we won't have only like 25 barracks but 50 barracks, so I can just reproduce the whole army, probably in one take, or in 2 maybe, depending on what I will produce. Could have some knights, but I really don't have the population now. And he's coming. Fortunately I have a Phoenix here, so we see him. He has basically 0 anti-air except the matriarchs. He casts lots of anti-magic that I see, so I pull back so I can still decree him, killing all of his stingers basically immediately, bringing the swordsman there, and he casted Eclipse, so I don't see that much, but I casted Litany, so we are faster, plus we have Bless on everything, Protective Shell, full upgrades, of course he has better levels, but his Avengers are not level 5 yet, so as you can see, if he doesn't have full levels yet, that's fallen in the late game, he's just totally dead, and I just walk through him. He tried some mana depletions there, but I have so many casters that it doesn't really matter that much. Few freezes, but we just dispel that. He starts pulling back. Maybe I don't have more mana for resurrections actually now. Yeah, we definitely need to get few more priests, but I actually want these swordsmen to die, so that's not a problem. As you can see, I'm immediately reproducing, and we are on full population immediately, while he invested into so many towers, but he doesn't have any production buildings, so now he spent all the resources on these units, but his population is still only 160 because they are just queued after each other. This will be covered with like 10 more Vengeance Halls and 10 more Hives, or if he wants to make only Avengers, then only Vengeance Halls, but overall he is definitely missing lots of production buildings. And we just continue. Now I still have the Litany that lasts for a long time before we run out of mana. Kinda forgot a few new units there. But we just continue pushing. I didn't really know about the towers yet, so I think I will quickly pull back. But at the same time I definitely wanted to make sure that at least he doesn't have these 2 bases, which he fortunately didn't have. Queuing up some more priests there. These 3 finally ended with the Litany. You can push into with knights into chain lightning spires, but I still have lots of swordsmen that are not that durable against them, and also he really has lots of them with the Avengers, so it's still pushable, but I don't really want to waste that much. So maybe we can later get some catapults or just wait for him to get into the open field, which he is doing now. Fortunately I had some casters in the front lines, so lost something there. He spells some freezes, and here he comes with some stingers. Also I have the eclipse there, or he has it on me, so I don't see that much, but a few decrees should take care of that. We didn't really lose anything, maybe one priest. And here we continue pushing, once again some resurrections. And swordsmen are slowly dying, and we have some gems now, so I think we can start swapping to the knights mainly. I'm even getting flaming arrow here, not sure why, I don't have any elf rangers, exit like 3 here. But I guess I just wanted to have everything, even though fire damage is not even really good against these guys, 35%, yeah. We really need physical damage. I'm also not really getting any pikemen, but it's really hard to surround him here, he's just constantly pulling back to the towers, and for those purposes I think knights are just better. So yeah, quickly we just resurrect everything again. He's trying to focus the mages now, which are expensive, so we rather pull back, resurrect them, and not really fight if not necessary. He now also sniped lots of priests. Decrees don't do much, yeah, so the mages are not even that important anymore when he's going full Avengers. They are good against the stingers and to buff my army, or maybe dispel some freezes. But outside of that, I think we should mainly just focus on knights now with priests. That's the main thing we need to defeat this. Or pikemen if we can get some value from them, but as I said, most likely not in this situation. But I have like maybe 25 priests here, and so he already killed like 10 of them, so we should have basically infinite resurrections. Freezes also don't do much. And as you can see, we are kinda balancing. I'm balancing on really low gems, he's balancing on pretty low gold. Population both around like 170, now I pushed it to full but spent all my gems on it. And here actually casted Decay on my backline, fortunately he had to cancel it. I don't know if I was charging Fury of the Ancients in this game, maybe even not even. So one more tool we could potentially use. Here unfortunately lost level 5 swordsman, but we still have another one, so Aura will be still there. Level 4 knight, so also potentially soon we could have the plus 50 HP there. But he is still also making lots of stingers, and now also some matriarchs again. So not committing fully to the Avengers even though he has the gems for it. And here I actually went for the expansion because I ran out of resources in more bases. And I just wanted to have more income, so we go for this. I have one knight there for protection, power building it, and in the meantime trying to get some resources from it. Even if he stops it, it will take him some time, I can get some resources in the meantime. It should be worth it. Also I can just bring my army there to protect it, of course. So yeah, both players once again on full population. I have 7k gold, he has over 2k gems. Wood problem also not really existing for either of us anymore. Of course he also ran out of resources, so finally saturated the last bases he had here. And now we are both on 2 bases, while I'm trying to get another one here, but it's not that easy of course. I wasn't really here in time, so my knights took a while to get here and I lost all of the peasants there, but now he's coming with his main army. Nice decree there, once again on all the stingers. Just finish them with some last hits on the knights, some curse trees. We should be able to dispel them or just kill them. We have so much damage. Also they take more damage from fire, which is mages, of course, auto attacks, so we can also just use that. He has some anti-magics there, but we really don't care. And now he's also using the towers and everything, but we just continue. Yeah, knights, priests, and he even has the mana depletions there, but isn't really helping him that much. But yeah, now this is already a little bit too many towers. It's like 10 towers hitting me at all time, plus all of these Avengers. And I'm still pushing him, eh? Not like I'm not, but this is already a little bit too much, yeah? You need to kill the army first and then this, or at least bring some catapults. I just don't really like to add catapults because they are not the most convenient thing to micro with the whole army, but it will be definitely smart here. Yeah, so of course if I'm running away I will lose some casters, so also pretty bad. Losing more and more resources, but we are still on full population. He's struggling, he's 140, he has no gold. So not bad at all. Here he is casting his Eclipse. Of course he will now finish this base, but I still got few resources from it, so not the most terrible thing. As you can see, the vision is really small with the Eclipse. And I'm forced to make some swordsman again, because I need to quickly refill the population. I thought he's also able to do that, yeah. I didn't know how many resources he had, but we had the same amount of bases, since no one was able to take these two. Even though he could, yeah, he just didn't do it earlier, and now he doesn't have the resources for it anymore. At the same time, it's true that he spent so many resources on all of these towers, but I also made all of these barracks, so I don't know who actually spent more. But I guess, yeah, he has so many towers that he probably spent more on buildings. And now he's actually trying to get this expansion, because he's really struggling with gold. But I just wanted to quickly reproduce, so we made some swordsmen. I still have majority of knights, of course. Still the level 5 swordsman there, level 4 knight, level 3 elf ranger. Unfortunately, really no pikemen there. I think that was a mistake. We should have made few pikemen. First of all, the pike damage would be good, and if we could get some levels there, it would be some extra attack speed for our army, which is always good. He should have also definitely tried to stop these bases, attack them somehow. I can't really get there through these towers, but I really have no protection here, just one tower here and one tower here. So even some stingers, especially when this is not even a guard tower, could have cleared that, or just few Avengers. But fortunately, not really any macro split pushing was happening in this game. Also because of the map is pretty close, let's say. Feels pretty small when you have these big armies. And we are both kinda mobile, yeah, no slow bees here. Yeah, it was mainly about these big fights of full armies against each other, which is usually what I prefer. Especially when we have the strongest race for it. But of course Avengers are still dangerous, especially when he's also utilizing all the towers. But I'm giving him time, even though I stopped the expansion, he's still gonna be able to get to the full population slowly. And he still didn't really make more production buildings. He just knows he has the time because of all of these towers, so even though he's reproducing his army extremely slowly, he's still kinda fine, and he still has so many gems. If he would be making only Avengers, he would probably be already out of gems, but since he's also mixing some stingers in it, it's not really a problem for him. Or at least I have lots of extra gold against him. One scout, we killed that. Another advantage of not having catapults, yeah, you are not splashing down your own units when there is only like one unit from the enemy. I still have my Phoenix here, kinda scouting. Of course, at this point we should both have all the upgrades. I don't know if there is anything we didn't really upgrade, at least not for the units we are using. Yeah, actually I think I don't have the... yeah, I still don't have the Fury of the Ancients, but... I mean, it's hard to get rid of anyways, even though it could be pretty useful. Even when Avengers were immune to damage, Ultimates always dealt damage to everyone, including Avengers, so you could just splash them down with the Fury of the Ancients. It doesn't one-shot them, but it's really good damage. So could be decent solution. Almost seemed like he's finally going for this, but no, he was just trying to push here. Once again, immediately casting the Eclipse, but once again I go for Litany as well. Really trying to utilize all the tools. We just walk through the stingers, yeah, that's absolutely nothing. We resurrect anything that died here. And now this is not bad for him, he even casted Decay here in the back. But Decay is percentage damage, yes, so it's not that dangerous. And it's a choke point, he has ranged units, I have melee, so it's not bad for him, but when I have infinite resurrections, it doesn't really matter how good of a position or units you have, because he will just eventually die, because there is infinite amount of units coming on you. So I have 224 population and he's on 130 and I still have 10k gold. Like, this is absolutely crazy. If he doesn't utilize the towers, it's just super unfair. If he utilizes the towers, then he has a chance, but without that, Empire Light is just undefeatable, no matter if you have Avengers or whatever else. We finally have level Knight as well. I also made one catapult, unfortunately that died pretty quickly. But I didn't really want to continue pushing into the towers anymore with the Knights, even though we could eventually kill it. I just wanted to introduce or include some of the catapults as well, because it just makes it a little bit easier. So we are on 190 population, he's on 130, he's completely drained out of resources. And we continue pushing, we pull back. The leveled up Knight on level 5 is really low HP, so I want to quickly heal him. Eclipse still going, I ran out of mana. It looks like the Eclipse is sustainable a little bit longer, because you can have faster mana regeneration. with the mana efficiency upgrade for Dark Fortress for all fallen casters, while Disciples, I mean, they should probably, I mean, they make ability cheaper, but since Litany drains the mana over time, I don't know if that actually drains less mana. Maybe not, so I'm not sure about it actually. But looks like Eclipse is sustainable a little bit longer. Also, both upgrades are affecting my units. Yeah, he's debuffing me and I'm buffing me. No, none of the effects are actually doing anything to his units. But it kinda counters each other. Yeah, I see less, but I'm faster, so I get to the position in the front where I can see him a little bit faster. So yeah, I think it kinda negates the effect a little bit. I don't have much population, so I have only one catapult, but still something. We can start sieging him. Once again, I tried expansion, but he has harvesters here also gathering, so we kinda just kill each other. Or I mean, he kills me, but stops my expansion. Catapult, of course, once again, will probably just die there. But we cast Prayer, we buff everything, we run into it. He gives me even more armor, so why not? And at this point, I really just saw, okay, his army is not really growing anymore, so he's probably out of resources. Once again, one decree here. Deals with everything, we resurrect. And we just, at this point, I just continue pushing. Full population, still everything in production somewhere, plus we have the resurrections. You can get to the highest population by far. As you can see, I'm often like 230 population here with Empire because I reproduce units to full population when half of my army dies and then resurrect everything, and we are quickly over the top. And as you can see, yeah, there are towers, there are Avengers, some casters as well, but we just continue walking through it, still full population army. And we don't really care about some towers. Knights are just too durable for the towers to do anything to them. So we just finished this. Here I also went for some more towers on the side. A few more resurrections. Yeah, nice decay, but once again, doesn't do that much. Killed few units, but actually I don't have maybe more mana. Okay, few resurrections. Yeah, okay. I mean, we have always enough mana with so many priests. Whole army is back again. Still the level 5 swordsman there somehow surviving. Archer level 4. It's really hard for him to get any kills there. Mostly on stingers only, or like luckily last hitting Avenger on 1 HP. So throughout the whole game, was one of the first units I produced. He survived, but still only level 4, so only the lesser aura of strength, but still something. Bullshit race, yeah. Finally, even Enya realized that Empire is broken. So yeah, I think pretty interesting game that finally hopefully proves the point and shows you how broken the Empire late game is. This is all you need to do. Of course, there were discussions, he could have swapped potentially to Beholders or something, but then my mages become way stronger again because they were not that useful here against the Avengers. They can still provide the protective shells and remove freezes and still decree all the stingers and matriarchs, but they are not that powerful. But against Avengers, once again, they become really strong. I could also make just more Elf Rangers in there, and of course just add more Phoenixes or like any Phoenixes. Or you can even enchant the Beholders. So there is so many counters. Of course, you also have to deal with Stalkers, but I think it wouldn't be a solution, to be honest. But definitely something he didn't try. At the same time, I didn't make things like Steambirds that are also, for example, really strong against Avengers. So we both didn't utilize every single tool, but for the things we utilized, I think we used them to the full potential, except me not utilizing the Fury of the Ancients, but that's really just something extra, I would say. So yeah, let's check the results. 52 minutes, almost even kills, around 400 losses as well, but I'm a little bit in the positive here, even though he produced a little bit more units. Largest army, 7 more units for him, but of course he had Stingers. 20k more experience for us, but I mean, obviously he had level 5 units in the end on everything. There is certain point of experience for Fallen when it doesn't matter anymore, so it doesn't really matter if he had 45k or 65. But for me it's important because I was still leveling up more and more units. 25 researches, 21. I mean, we both had everything we needed, but I destroyed 34 buildings, he only 4. And of course he constructed more, but I still had Empire, so lots of farms. It's just that he was making so many towers. And resources, yeah, I mean, I had only 2k more gold, but he spent 7k more, or like 6, so yeah, in the end I was definitely left with way more gold available still if I would need it. 2k more wood, but he spent a little bit more, doesn't really matter, and gems, we gathered basically the same amount, but I was spending it way more as Empire, so he still had more available there. But overall I would say pretty balanced resources, yeah, we both had the same bases. I don't think we drained the 2 bases that we had basically in the second half of the game. And then there was that one base in the middle on the left that we tried to take multiple times, but I mean, we both got a little bit of resources from it, but nothing too crazy. And the base on the right in the middle, I think no one took in the whole game. Maybe I tried it in the early game, but he stopped it, and after that no one even attempted. So yeah, I think pretty intense and interesting game. I hope you enjoyed this, maybe learned something from it. And yeah, I will see you in the next one, guys. Take care, guys.